Hi everyone, this is Mr Neel Raithatha, also known as the Wax Whisperer. Thank you for joining me in my latest video. This is of a patient who attended with bilateral occluding earwax. We are commencing with this, their right ear, and they have narrow ear canal entrances on both sides, so I'm just using the side of the endoscope to stretch the ear canal open to the left. And you can see here, we've got a lot of dead skin that's being suctioned out of the ear. The skin it's not only attached itself to the underside of the wax, you can see it there, but it's also adhered to the ear canal wall. So that skin originally was the skin that was lining the ear canal, and as that skin dies and sheds, it gets pushed away and it's replaced by another layer of skin. And typically this skin naturally migrates. It's like a conveyor belt. As the skin dies and sheds, it moves sideways out of the ear, and as it does, any wax sitting on the surface also comes away with the dead skin. But in this instance, the skin has not only enveloped itself around the plug of wax, but it's still adhered itself to the ear canal wall. So you can see there, we managed to remove a big plug. So the patient's eardrum is fully visible in the distance. I'm just mopping up just near the entrance as much as I can. The patient is a hearing aid wearer, and when they insert the hearing aid, they're finding that at the moment, the tip of the hearing aid, so the dome aspect of it, it keeps getting blocked with wax. So I'm just trying to just gently just coax this away. So we're really lateral, really near the entrance, and we're on the back part of the ear canal. You can just see those that skin that are peeled away. And yeah, they did have quite a narrow ear canal, which can make it a bit more problematic. It was great today at the clinic. At the end of the day, I invite a colleague who's been really interested in both the iClearScope and our recently developed WaxScope. They are also local, good audiologists, and they wanted to visit the clinic to have a sneak preview of the new WaxScope. If you're not sure what the WaxScope is, I encourage you to visit my other YouTube channel, ClearWax. If you just type in ClearWax, the link is also in the description. We've developed another device called the WaxScope, which is a bit more user-friendly for specialists to use. It encapsulates a speculum. And so my colleague visited the clinic today and showed her the iClearScope and the WaxScope, and they're really impressed. They're currently using a different visualization technique, and it was quite apparent the advantages, but clearly the iClearScope offers, that goes without saying. I think that's well established now. The endoscopic view is the best view for earwax removal, really, because of the wide field of view it provides, and the clarity and the magnification, should I say, sorry, and focus. But the WaxScope was far superior than their current visualization technique by far. So it's really encouraging, and so we're just waiting for that to be launched. So this is the same patient. This is their left ear. This ear, they felt the right ear was more blocked, but in terms of removal of the wax and skin, this one is a bit more problematic. I was trying to avoid using any oil wherever possible. It's just because the patient, as I said, they are a hearing aid wearer, and as soon as we get this wax out, they're going to put the hearing aids back in, and I just wanted to avoid any oil being in the ear, so it doesn't clog up the hearing aid. But I did have to use a bit of oil in the end. Now they've got a bendy ear canal. You can see I'm just trying to bring this forwards, and similarly to the right side, this plug of wax is enveloped with dead skin. The skin's got really sticky and adhesive. I am going to try and use an ear hook, but because of how bendy the ear canal is, you can see here, it's difficult just getting it. You can see I'm trying to just figure out how to get this in behind the plug of wax, because the ear is so bendy and narrow. So yeah, I'm just stretching the ear open, and I've managed to get the hook in. I'm going to embed the tip inside the core, but the plug is too soft and it's just dissected. So I'm just going to revert back to microsuction again. And it's been there for a while. I can tell by the colour it's oxidised. It's quite matted. You can see there's a few hairs there as well. Wearing a hearing aid, that can sometimes inadvertently cause a wax impaction because, as mentioned in the previous ear, the skin that lines the ear canal, as that dies and sheds, it should naturally migrate out of the ear in a conveyor belt motion. And any wax sitting on the surface of the skin is also transported out of the ear. But when you wear a hearing aid, it can stop the migration of dead skin, and in fact it can actually impact the wax further into the ear canal. So again, I'm just trying to go, so on the left hand side you can see the cartilage, the flesh, that's the second bend. So we have two bends in the ear canal. So the ear canal is not straight, it's not a cylinder, it's a sigmoid shape, so an S bend like a snake. And you have the first bend about 0.5 centimetre in, and then the second bend another 0.5 centimetre in. And it's the second bend that in this patient is really prominent. You can see to the left the ear canal chicanes over to the left, and this wax is beyond that second bend, so we're just trying to bring it past the second bend and with the help of the oil. So in the end I did have to resort to some more because it was going to be very difficult to remove this otherwise. So again, I'm just going to go from the floor of the ear canal. I'm just going to tease this away. So at this stage, you could have potentially used forceps because there's something to grasp onto, but it was coming away nicely with the suction, so I just continued. Also feel when you got dead skin, quite often with the forceps, although it has its benefits, it can sometimes cause a bit of blistering, and you quite often can tear away dead skin, whereas with the suction you can control and almost peel it away, which I feel is a bit better and also a bit less traumatic in the ear canal as well. There we are, so that's the big piece. Again, there's the eardrum. Now I'm just going to mop up as much as possible around the second bend, just so when the patient does insert the hearing aid, it's less likely to clog up. But we've got to be careful because beyond the second bend, that's the bony part of the ear canal, and the bony part of the ear canal is very sensitive. It's literally a very thin layer of skin, less than 0.1 millimeters in thickness. That's directly attached to the bone. There's no fatty tissue or muscle underneath to buffer it. And that's what makes the inner 2/3 of the ear canal very, very sensitive. The outer third, the cartilaginous portion, that the skin that lines the cartilaginous portion is 1 millimeter in thickness, it's 10 times thicker. And that provides a bit more of a buffer if you make contact with it. And of course, cartilage is a bit less sensitive, more malleable, more flexible than the bone, so it's less rigid. So that in it also gives us some maneuverability on the cartilaginous portion. So quite happy with that. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video and you're all keeping well and safe. And do stay tuned, I've got loads more videos to upload in the next few days. And remember, be nice and be kind to each other. Thank you.